And welcome back to the podcast.
Shacked Up Podcast with Ghost Boy and Jimbo the Bimbo.
Jimbo the Bimbo, yeah, there we go.
Jimbo the Bimbo.
So the high stake of the day
is we don't understand what the fuck this drink is, because for some reason I don't know if any of y'all had Prime, the drink made by Logan Paul and KSI. But the lemon lime one just smells like Cascade. Like, you know that not laundry detergent, I keep saying that. You know that dishwashing detergent you walked past when you were a kid and you don't tell me otherwise, you definitely thought about eating it.
Yeah.
There's a drink that's exactly like that. And my brain doesn't know how to deal with it.
The taste is like, I don't know why, but right now this is my favorite one out of the bunch that I've tried.
I mean, there was only
it's
three.
It's just the smell. The smell, it just reminds you of that soap, and I just can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, I opened it up, and I'm like sitting here, and he was just looking at my face as I'm smelling this drink, because someone stopped by and dropped off 3 of them. There was like a tropical punch, fruit punch, a grape, and then a lemon lime. And I was like, I'm kind of curious on the lemon lime, because the guy that dropped it off said it was like, oh, this is kind of my love-hate one. I'm like, well, I'm just curious on that aspect alone.
Right.
But this shit literally smells like Cascade. Like, 100%. I don't know how to think about it.
Yeah, I was kind of skeptical at first, because I smelled it and I was like, oh my god, this reminds me of that soap. And then I tried it and I'm like, oh my god, I freaking love this drink now. And
the tropical punch is...
I normally don't go for drinks with anything in it. Because I don't care for lime.
See, I'm a big fan of lime, but, like, there's something about that. Like, I like that drink. The Prime, the lemon lime Prime. It's not bad, but it was just kind of... like, it literally felt like you just put electrical clamps to my brain and just sent a bunch of signals that didn't need to be there. My ex is over in the corner sending me mixed signals and shit. Like, it's that was more... This lemon lime... Not even as clear as that, and that was unclear as shit, so I don't know.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like,
I don't understand it.
And it's caffeine-free.
Surprisingly, for, like, I don't know if it's sugar-free, though. That's the only thing.
No, it's only got 2 grams of sugar in it, though.
Okay, so it's not bad. As long as they didn't remove
the super health drink.
Yeah, as long as they didn't, like, remove the sugar, because I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Sugar-free stuff is nasty.
Yeah.
Like... You don't always have to get everything with sugar, unless it's gum.
I wouldn't say all things, because this energy drink that I tried today is called Ghost. And this one was the blue Sour Patch Kids flavor, the raspberry. And I absolutely freaking loved it, and I don't care for...
It was pretty good.
Sugar-free energy drinks.
Sugar-free just kind of... I don't know if anyone else gets it, but that there's a sugar-free flavor. And you'll notice it right away. You take a drink of something that's sugar-free. Oh, I dropped a cap.
Oh, shit.
You take a drink of something that's sugar-free, and you're like... You're like, it's good for, like, this initial sip of it, but then you exhale, and then all the flavor of that, like, oh, this isn't real sugar, just smacks your tongue on the way out. Yeah, it's not... It's just not good. Some things can get away with it. It depends on if it's supposed to be more of a sugary drink or if it's supposed to be more of a, like, water-based drink with, like, some sort of, like, syrup in it. Like a water-based drink with some syrup in it that's mostly sugar-free or whatever it is, one thing.
Right. You know what's funny is I'm finding myself trying to make this drink last, which I usually don't do.
Yeah, actually, I'm doing the same thing.
I keep craving it. Like... I put it down and like, oh man, I'm craving that drink. I need to take a sip of it. And I don't know how they came up with this idea. I don't know how they did this flavor set. But this lime prime is unbelievable.
This one drink is better than both their channels combined. I don't know. He's good. Talking shit on you, Logan Paul and KSI. Y'all have a drink that's better than both of y'all's personalities.
I can't say anything because I feel embarrassed to say this, but I've never heard of them until he brought these drinks in today.
Well, that's why you got a person that understands the younger audiences. Younger audiences.
I'm not that much older.
I know. You're what? Well, I mean, you're still like 8 years older than me or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, old man.
So let's talk about the gaming industry? Like, where did this start for you?
Gaming started for me in 2000, I think 1 or 2. We got my dad bought a PS2. We had a PS1 at one point in time, but I didn't really play it very much. All I remember is seeing something that looked like Mario, which didn't make any sense, and the characters were like blue and something, and I don't remember. I've never seen it again since. This could also be like a childhood fever dream that, like, you know, you like think you remember but didn't actually happen. But pretty much it started like Spyro, PS2 era.
Oh yeah, I love Spyro.
Spyro 1, Spyro 3, the two best of the series. Ripto's Rampage, or Ripto's Rage, or whatever it was called, was pretty good, but I was a Jack and Daxter and Spyro kid growing up.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I think for me, gaming started, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s. But very first gaming system ever in my household was a Super Nintendo, and of course we had Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, Donkey Kong.
Yep. And
Super Nintendo, man, that was so ahead of its time for
it really was. And I can't believe they even had they had the bongo drum things.
The graphics of that game were just insane, and that's like legitimately to this day that actually still has insanely good graphics for a console that old. Like, you see how much work has been put into consoles since, and like every step up, the next generation's like, oh my god, this is the next best thing. Nothing can get better than this. I'm gonna slap $1 billion on the thing right here. Just only these for the rest of our life. We don't need to get any stronger because there's no need. This is literally the top of the tier. We ain't moving from nowhere. This is the best way to go. And then, like, in 8 years, they'll squash that, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" It's the same way. It's anymore. No one cares anymore because consoles are they look good. It's just how it is.
I kind of cringe a little bit when I hear people talking about how they play. What is that? It's the biggest game right now.
Well,
Fortnite.
Well, Fortnite's not really. Well, it's getting popularity again since they removed the building.
But I just
because no cracked ass kids.
I can't get into that game. I've tried playing it, and I don't know. I'd much rather play PUBG.
PUBG is a superior battle royale only because the aiming was actually tough. I mean, PlayerUnknown's is kind of a bitch, but, you know, you can't always help it when it comes to devs like that. They're like, they just made a game to kind of like make a game and then ended up blowing up and basically really launching a whole genre of games. The first one that launches a genre normally doesn't do that well.
Yeah. I don't know, it kind of makes me cringe when people are like, oh, this is the game I play, this is my favorite game, and I'm just like, dude, I'm still stuck on Donkey Kong from the Super Nintendo, like, that's my favorite game.
See, I think my favorite game is easily Bloodborne. Bloodborne's really good. It's a PS4 game.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. FromSoft, Dark Souls series, such a beautiful game. I love the dark atmosphere of it. Gothic, like 1800s Victorian kind of structures, monsters, and basically just blood hunts. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I guess if we're talking like newer consoles games, I'm really
old console games for me. I'll just say that after this, but I have to think about one.
Right. So yeah, for me right now is in between. I for some reason have really taken a liking to racing games, so I'm really into.
I respect it.
Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 5.
I like Forza as a person that likes racing, but I like racing on a casual street racing level. So like Need for Speed, yeah. Need for Speed, like if I could get a Need for Speed Underground 2, I'm happy. A Midnight Club Dub Edition 3 remix remaster. Slapping dollar bills on the table. Let's get this shit going, EA. We need it. We need it.
Slapping tables and bottles falling on the floor kind of situation.
It's just it's a need to be happening type of thing.
Dude, I haven't played Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition in years.
It's so good.
Oh, it was amazing.
So good.
First time too. The graphics were great.
The game was beautiful. There's so many cars, a lot of customization. It was actually really, really.
It was basically like a beefed up version of Need for Speed.
Yeah, it was like if Need for Speed had like a competent like story kind of, even though the whole story was like you were trying to get to, I don't even remember the story of Dub Edition 3. I was so young when I played it.
Yeah.
I went through most of the Need for Speeds recently, but
it's basically the same situation with Need for Speed. It's just a new guy trying to, check out the racing scene and just, kind of starting from scratch.
Yeah, that kind of ends up how it is. But I think when it comes to older games, honestly, one of my favorite games, which I've definitely went back and played, and it does not hold up as well as I remember, although I have played it in recent times and beat it and still enjoyed it, which is a game called Metal Arms Glitch in the System.
I don't think I've ever played that one.
It is not a very common game. I just remember getting it, but it was really cool. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but Metal Arms Glitch in the System definitely is a game. Just check it out. It's just interesting. Like, you don't really gotta go even super deep into it because it's not even like a super deep game. It was just really unique for its time.
Yeah, I just remember playing N64 with my brothers. We would always play 007 or Pitch or Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark?
Perfect Dark, yeah. Which is, I would say Perfect Dark.
I think Perfect Dark
is like the female version of 007.
I think Perfect Dark had better gunplay than 007.
Well, and they had that awesome suitcase style, like machine gun that you could throw up on the wall, and it would shoot anybody that walked by it.
I was so OP though.
Yeah,
it was so strong. I think Metal Arms was up there. Jak and Daxter, I really enjoyed. Not necessarily Jak and Daxter as the game, but just the Jak and Daxter series. Right. That's another game they need to bring back. I heard rumors, and I don't remember from what, and I haven't seen anything since, that Naughty Dog wants to bring, or Sony wants to bring back one of their old franchises. That they are dying to bring it back. But if they sit over here and say oh, we're dying to bring back a franchise, the only thing that makes me think it's Jak and Daxter is because they've already basically given the rights to Spyro over to another company. I think it's Toys for Bob. Not really given it, but they gave it to them to remaster. But they've already remastered that game. And then they remastered Crash Bandicoot, which were both of the main both of the main things, but those are also on Xbox now. This is an only Sony game that they want to do now. The only game that I can think about that is Jak and Daxter. I think that's the last Sony main title game that they need to come out with again.
Well, and both manufacturers, Microsoft and Sony, have always had their own, this is this system only type of game. Like for Xbox is Halo.
Yeah.
And then PlayStation, I believe, is still Gears of War.
No, Xbox has Gears of War.
Was it Gears of War?
Yeah, Halo. Xbox got Halo and Gears and stuff like that. Even though Gears has lost so much popularity since where it's been.
Oh no, I know. No, I think that one was an Xbox too. Actually,
which one?
The one with the God.
God of War. That is technically a PlayStation exclusive now. I think. I could very well be wrong, but I think there's God of War games on the Xbox.
Yeah.
I think old ones, though. It is now an only Sony exclusive. But yeah, no, sadly, because these things only go to 15 minutes, but fuck it, it's something to do.
I will find a way to make these podcasts last a little bit longer. I am new to this app, so just bear with us as we try to figure out.
Got to go through all the growing pains.
Yeah. But we will definitely be back on, you guys. Appreciate you tuning in and listening to us, talk about nothing.
Talk about nothing, everything, and just trying to do anything at work. Keep yourselves busy. Do something. Read a book. Listen to a podcast. Preferably our podcast.
Yes, this one. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us, everyone.
Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks again, and have a great one.
Tune in next time.